qualities that could make them true contenders just haven't been there.
Yeah, they're right where we thought they would be, and that's okay. Improvement rarely happens overnight.
And a look at the starters for the Hornets. Ball is the point with Miller on the wing. Knipple out there with Bridges, and it's Diabate in at the 5. And for the Hawks, filling the perimeter slots are Daniels and Rizachet. Johnson and Okongwu man the post positions. And it's Alexander Walker in at the point. Here we are now past the midway point of the season, Tim. What kinds of things are you focusing on right now as you take a look at the league?
Well, Kevin, this is where teams separate. There's two paths. Teams that are starting to get themselves ready for a playoff run, and those that are starting to think about their next offseason and angling for a good draft position.
And teams trying to peak at the right time. A very tough thing to achieve, don't you think?
It's critical. You want to be in rhythm and healthy to make that deep playoff run.
Here's Diabate. Miller outside. Pass to Bridges. Shot clock at 6. Outside, Ball. Offline with his 3. Atlanta with the ball. It's a 3-point game. They put up a nice win against Utah last time out.
Yeah, I felt like they attacked, but with a purpose. They knew what they wanted to accomplish coming in.
You have to take advantage of opportunities. That's exactly what they did, and really, that's all you can ask for.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. Miller outside. In the corner, Knipple with it. Outside, Ball. He gets it in there. Ball's got 5.
And there's never been a question about LaMelo's handles. There's a lot he can do with the ball in his hands.
Pass to Diabate. Now, here's Ball. 20 points for him last game against Houston.
So much confidence from Ball. Been doing that since he was a youngin'.
Rizachet with it. On the wing, Daniels. Uncovered. Offensive rebound. The shot by Okongwu. No good.
Well, the defense did just enough to force that miss because he is a good finisher.
Pass to Diabate. And here is Ball. And another 3 for Charlotte.
All these threes they're giving up have really been the driving force on this run.
The Hawks trail by 8. Even after pivoting towards their youth, GA the Hawks last season had an improved record.
Yeah, they traded away a bunch of rotation veterans, but the young fellas showed they were ready to step in, and this group didn't miss a beat.
And that was impressive. Johnson can flat out fly.
Here's Knipple. No good on the triple. Have gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. Bridges with the steal. First quarter of action, just under 3.5 minutes played. Ball from long range. Okongwu grabs the board. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Okongwu with the screen for Rizachet. And Okongwu slams it in.
And that's exactly the type of pass we expect from a guy with his vision.
Ball from long range. Atlanta with the rebound. Last time they came together was in Charlotte, where they fell to the Hornets.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
So that's a great point, and you can also add poor communication. The rotations were slow and sometimes not even there at all.
Daniels, no good.
And close to making the defense pay for the lax coverage that time.
Shoots from 8. Diabate's shot is good. The Hawks trail by 6. Johnson outside. Pass to Shea. To the paint. And Okongwu slams it in.
Well, this is a good reminder for anybody who thinks he's too small for a 5. His athletic ability totally levels the playing field.
Now, here's Bridges. He picked up 18 points in their last win against the Rockets in Houston.
Well, he also did a great job on the glass, and it made a big difference.
Good. With time running down on the shot clock.
And the story here, Kevin, early on is how well they've shot the basketball.
High post Johnson. He had 22 points in the win against Utah.
And equally impressive on the backboards. I thought his rebounding was huge.
Here's Shea. That 3 off the mark.
I'm surprised he missed that one. He is a dangerous guy to leave open.
And here's Miller outside. Drills it from outside.
And nice mechanics from Miller there. Ready to fire as that pass was coming.
Alexander Walker on the wing. He's covered by Ball. Okongwu with the screen for Johnson. Pass to Okongwu. That shot off.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there.
Bridges a screen on Daniels. On the wing, Bridges. And a great assist by Miller as that one goes in. Bridges has got his second bucket tonight.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been tripled.
And you can tell Shea has a great basketball IQ. He spots the opening and delivers the pass on time.
Here's Knippel. He picked up 24 points in their last win against the Rockets in Houston. Outside, Ball. And the call on the shot sends him to the line. Greg, you talk about some players passing the eye test. LaMelo is one of those guys.
I mean, everything he does looks so easy with how he moves, and the numbers back up what the eye sees. He raises the level of his team whenever he's on the court.
That's good from Ball.
It's obvious that LaMelo Ball loves making trouble for the defense. He loves to go right at guys in attacks without hesitation.
Kobe White, he's checked in for Miller. Ball hits them both. And the Hornets playoff drought continuing. Greg, their last postseason appearance, 2016.
Yeah, the rebuild grinds on, and last season, their worst record in over a decade. They're hoping these new additions can help.
And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. Michael Conley, he's checked in for Ball. Now we get a chance to check out some stats for Brandon Miller.
And guys, I think the best way to measure his performance these last 10 games is his effective field goal percentage, which has improved, a sign that his game is in much better shape than it was not too long ago.
Here's Okongwu. Steady offensive output from him, averaging more than 16 points a game. Okongwu with a screen on White. Three-pointer, Daniels. Bridges with the board.
He's stacking up the missed shots right now. He needs to find another part of his game that can help his team.
For 3. Good on the three-point shot. Bridges has got his 3rd basket of the night.
Outstanding start from three-point range. Their shooters are on fire.
Here's Shea. Kept alive by Atlanta. Johnson can't hit. Hornets leading by 15. Out of bounds. It'll go to the Hawks. Hometown hero and dedicated Hawks fan, Lil Yachty in attendance.
And the fans in Atlanta love him just as much as he loves
his Hawks. When he performs here at halftime, it can be a bigger event than the game itself.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Pass to Alexander Walker. Knocks down the 3-ball.
And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Here's Diabate. Bridges for 3. And another 3 for Charlotte.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Here's Okongwu. Pass to Rizeshe. Now Okongwu. Clock at 4. The Hawks need to get off a shot here. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline.
It's a tough stretch for him right now. He may want to find a different way to stay involved.
Now, here's Bridges. And here's White. Pass to Conley. Shoots the 3. Rebounded by the Hawks. Now, Rizeshe. Here's Daniels. White covering. Rizeshe wide open. Buries the long-range jumper. Rizeshe's got 6.
Got to get out on that if you're the defense. This rookie Rizeshe can really do damage from the perimeter.
They set the pick. Bridges, no one around him. And they wasted no time getting those 3 points back. 14 points for him.
As hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan is simple, folks. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Pass to Rizeshe. There's 1:59 left to play in the first quarter. Charlotte leading by 15. To the middle. Here's Bridges. Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup.
Well, just keep feeding him. He has been lights out.
Here's Okongwu. Rizeshe with it. He has 6. Okongwu's shot is good.
And the defense just has no answers for him right now. With each made basket, the more his confidence continues to grow.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to take this chance to talk to his guys. Rizeshe has done a lot to quiet the doubters after being the #1 overall pick in 2024.
Well, in a draft without a lot of star power at the top, the Hawks took the kind of prototype wing you can't have too many of. And he has made good on that pick.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. We've got 1:23 left in the first quarter. Here's Diabate. Defended by Kispert. 5 to shoot. Back to ball. Here's the 3. Landale grabs the miss. The Hawks trail by 15. Kispert kicks to McCollum. 56 seconds left in the first. 9 feet out. Nice spin off the left rim and in. There's 48 seconds left in the first quarter of the game. Ball, the pass to Bridges. Back to Ball. Fires for 3. That one misses. It's his 5th miss. He's made 4 baskets. And here's Kennard. Looking at his point production, he averages almost 8 points a game. Back to McCollum. Pass to Kispert. That falls. Nice feed that time from McCollum.
Every coach in this league loves assisted baskets. It indicates your offense is flowing the way it's supposed to.
Now, here's Ball. Here's Diabate. And an overpowering first quarter effort. Already a double-digit advantage. Hornets lead by 10. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And let's take a moment here to get your guys' take on scoring so far for the Hornets.
Absolutely dialed in from beyond the arc so far in this one. The defense is surrendering the long-range shot here early on.
Another highlight for them has been their early ball movement, making quick, decisive passes to set up guys for great looks.
On the court for Charlotte, LaMelo Ball is out there with White. And it's Green, and it's Salon in at the 4 spot. Charlotte making a switch here. Williams is checked in. And White, no good on that one. An efficient score, Kobe White, effective with or great without the ball in his hand.
And that's a rare quality. A guard who can break you down off the bounce, but also willing to give it up and then zip to an open spot. It just makes him so difficult to defend.
Well, it looked like the defense was there for the challenge, but C.J. McCollum showing you his ability to fight through that.
Pass the ball. Lays it up off the glass. Ball's got 15.
And really, it's been a major aspect of their offense in the early stages here. Their success working the ball inside and getting points from close range.
And the shot goes down.
And he has really come to life here after a slow start in that first quarter.
Ball surveying the defense. It's good, and it's his 6th make against 11 attempts.
And at the offensive end, he's done about as much as they could have hoped for today.
Pass to Kennard. We're closing in on 2 minutes played here in the second quarter. McCollum against Ball. Now McCollum from down in the low post. It goes. He's got 8.
He is dialed in right now. Perfect from the field this quarter.
White bounce pass. Ball against McCollum. White wide open. He fired from outside off the mark.
Yeah, so many times we will see shooters of any caliber miss that wide open 3.
Kennard setting the pick for Hield. And he's good on the 3-ball. And now it's only a 5-point Hornets lead.
A volume 3-point sniper. Hield realizes his role is to help space the floor with his shooting. Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there. And so it's McCollum with it. He brings it up for the Hawks. And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. Coach is going to take a few minutes to regroup and go over the strategy. For the Hawks, Jalen Johnson's checked in for Kispert. Reza Shea is coming in for Luke Kennard. And Dyson Daniels subbed in for Hield. Charlotte also making some changes. Salon's checked in. And it's Brandon Miller in for Josh Green. Three minutes of action so far in the second quarter. After Reza Shea. He takes it in. And the layup's good off the glass. Reza Shea's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Reza Shea so talented with the ball in his hands.
Outside Ball. There's a screen from deep. Rebound by the Hawks. Johnson's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
3 triples in the first quarter, but he's yet to knock one down here in the second.
Ball against McCollum. 6 on the shot clock. 4 for 5 with that first miss in 5 attempts from the floor. Here's Ball, and Charlotte again with the bucket.
And he can carry a team. We've seen it from Ball before, and we're seeing it again.
Pass to Rizachet. Now Landale. Back to Rizachet. Over Miller. That one off the back iron and out. Charlotte, their last game, a win against Houston. Here's Salon. Scoreless thus far. Ball against McCollum. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
A moment here to see some stats for Johnson. Unbelievable play for him over the last month. Putting up about 22 points per 11 rebounds and 7 assists. And it says a lot that when we see numbers like this from him, we aren't even shocked. He's that good.
Yeah, his production is crucial to this team. They've sort of built around him, and it's why so many things are run through him.
And the Hawks making a change here. Okongwu's checked in. Rizachet finds Johnson. McCollum outside. Shoots over Ball. The wing jumper off target.
And players avoid taking mid-range shots these days. It's almost like the threes are easier for players to get.
So, GA, Coach Charles Lee of the Hornets, spending a decade as an NBA assistant coach. He has really paid his due.
Yeah, 4 years with the Hawks, 5 in Milwaukee, part of that title team. 1 in Boston as well, another title. So he's been a part of winning, now trying to translate that to Charlotte.
And now, let's send it over to our courtside reporter, Allie LaForce.
Hey, Kevin. The Hornets are trying to create a winning environment. Coach Charles Lee said, quote, "We know this is a young team, so I want culture enhancers who help us build with their hard work and creativity. Having that energy coming into the building every day is the most important thing." Back to you, Kev.
Looking to set the standard. Allie, we thank you very much. Bridges, he's checked in for Charlotte. Here is Daniels. 11 points for him in that last game against Utah.
And he passed the ball so well in that game, keeping everybody involved, even as he was racking up all those points.
McCollum, no good. Hornets leading by 10. Miller outside. Ball finds Miller. Bridges sets the screen for Miller. Rebound, Atlanta. Okongwu's now got 4 rebounds in this game. To the inside. And Okongwu slams it in.
Well, with his ability to both score and facilitate, McCollum really fits the combo guard label.
Miller outside. Outside, Ball. 3-pointer. On his 15th shot attempt, he makes his 9th basket, shooting a healthy 60% tonight.
And what a huge performance for him. I mean, he drained 3 3-pointers in that first quarter, and he's got 2 more here in the second.
Here's Rizachet. He's got 8, and looks like the illegal pick was set. Yep, that's right. That'll get their attention.
Beyond the leaning, you could see his feet more set on that screen. Easy call.
Also, the ball handler needs to wait until the screener's feet are set.
Alexander Walker, he's checked in for C.J. McCollum. Now, here is Miller. An 11-point game for him in the win against Houston.
And he also forced a number of turnovers, ending the night with 3 steals.
Ball with the bucket.
They've given up a lot of 3-pointers here today.
The Hawks trail by 14. Outside Daniel. Hawks passing it around. Back to Alexander Walker. Clock at 6. Okongwu with a screen on Miller. Throws it up high. Outside ball. Johnson against Bridges. Ball from long range. Pass to Kneppel. Fires the three. And it's Rizichet with the rebound.
So the defense should consider themselves lucky there because he's not usually one to miss those kinds of looks.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. And it's the Hornets with the ball, following the bucket by the Hawks. Ball with the bucket. Ball's got 30 points.
And we've come to expect big things from LaMelo offensively. He loves to attack you on that end.
Pass to Rizichet from downtown. Miller grabs the miss.
Yeah, another miss from downtown this quarter after being hot in the first.
Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Miller's got 5 now.
And this is what you like about Miller. He has great range from 3, but he can also make tough shots in traffic.
Here's Alexander Walker. A 23-point game for him in the win against Utah.
And he was also a terrific creator in that game as well. His assist total show you what a fantastic all-around effort it was.
Always good to get another look at a terrific defensive play.
And a block like that sends a message. One that says we're not giving up this lead.
Outside Daniels. 4 on the shot clock. Over Miller. So, Greg, you played in the league over a decade. What's the toughest thing about being a pro basketball player?
Lots of things. To me, it's just keeping your spot. Every year, there's just so much talent coming in. So holding on to a place on the roster, then that can be as difficult as anything.
Here is Daniels after the basket by Charlotte. Up top, Okongwu. Okongwu with the screen for Johnson. The Hawks again can't hit. And it's the Hornets ball. They're on a 19-6 run. Pass to Kneppel. The Hornets need to get a shot off here. Ball, no good. The Hawks trail by 18. Johnson outside. Rizichet finds Daniels. He's looking for Okongwu and finds him. Johnson, wide open, he fires. It's good from long range. And it's 7 points for Johnson. And so Miller will bring it up for the Charlotte Hornets. They led by as many as 18 points. Right side, ball.
2 minutes remaining in the first half.
There's the 3. Johnson with the rebound. Johnson's got his 5th rebound in this one. Down low. Stolen away. Kneppel with it. He's picked up by Rizichet. Pass to Kneppel. And it's ball in the corner. Miller, that's for 2. Rebound by the Hawks.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Now Rizichet, defended by Bridges, and there it is for him.
And despite the hot start from beyond, they've gotten away from shooting the triple.
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. Coach needs a moment to talk things over. And the Hornets making a change here. Diabate's checked in. And let's take a look at the last handful of seasons and the steal numbers for LaMelo Ball.
This is such a hard stat category to predict year over year. You can have a year where you're just on fire, racking up a steal or 2 per game. And then other years, it just doesn't work that way. Doesn't mean he's a non-factor on defense. He helps his teams in other ways.
Now, here's Ball. He has 30. Miller dishes the ball. And he gets it to go. Ball's got 32 points.
Yeah, that was the third straight high percentage look the defense has allowed. The defenders have got to start putting bodies on bodies.
Alexander Walker. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed.
And they've repeatedly probed inside in the first half, guys, and it's paid off.
Miller kicks the ball. Nice pass in here by Charlotte. 35 seconds left to play in the first half. Okongwu grabs the board.
Yeah, that was $1 million crossover to free him up, but that finish, I'd give him 50 cents.
Here's Johnson. Tried to bank it in, but he misses.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Outside ball. From the arc. Sinks the triple. He has 35. LaMelo Ball getting it done for Charlotte. Another excellent, especially from long range. He's buried a total of 7 three-pointers in the game. Well, we've got a moment now. Let's go courtside to Allie LaForce. Allie.
I'm joined now by Coach Quinn Snyder, and they were giving you some trouble in transition. How do you slow them down?
Well, I think we had a couple early where we were in good positions. We just didn't make the right read, and that's the biggest thing. But more than anything, whether it's a make or a miss or a turnover, we just got to really sprint back and be urgent.
The sense of urgency is key. Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Allie. Much appreciated. Halftime now, and we'll be back to get the third quarter underway in just a moment.
Hello, everybody. Maybe a bit of a surprise in this one, but what a fantastic first half we witnessed for the Charlotte Hornets.
You have certain players that live and die by the three. Right now, they are L-I-V-I-N, living. Can it continue this way? I don't know.
Yeah, normally you preach a balanced attack. Maybe these guys don't need it. And we've got the playoff picture starting to come into focus now. So let's take a look at the Eastern Conference.
Look here now at Charlotte. They haven't played up to their standards. Last year, they were an elite team. They need to find that mojo.
And that is it for halftime, folks. It is back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
Well, we've got a second half of basketball for you. We think it's going to be pretty good. A big comeback, though, is needed for this game to be competitive, and it probably has to happen quickly. Man, we're seeing a tremendous game from LaMelo Ball.
And the bulk of his damage so far has come from the perimeter. A lot of threes early on.
Well, he's found his rhythm out there for sure. Now let's see how the defense adjusts to him in this half.
The Hawks trail by 16. Johnson and Okongwu man the post positions. Filling the perimeter slots are Daniels and Rizachet. And it's Alexander Walker in at the one spot. That's the group starting the second half for Quinn Snyder. 6 to shoot. Okongwu down low. That one good for 2. Okongwu's now got the first points of the second half here for Atlanta. Okongwu is now starting, Tim, and coming off the bench his first handful of seasons, I think got him ready for this role he's in right now.
He has been a good defender from day one, but his offensive game now starting to show some growth. He's stretching his shooting range, and he is showing you some growth as a playmaker as well. Daniels with it. He has yet to score.
inside. Here's Alexander Walker, and he floats in for the easy two. Credit the assist on that one.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Pass to Knippel. Fires the three, and a great assist by Miller as that one goes in. Knippel's got his first 3 points of the game. Johnson outside. And we're just about a minute and a half into the third quarter of basketball. Shots good by Alexander Walker.
Moving it around, 8 of their last 10 coming off assists.
Pass to Knippel. Now Miller. The three. Okongwu grabs the board. Okongwu's now got 6 rebounds here tonight. Now Rizachet. He's got 10. Launches it. Sinks the three-pointer. Rizachet's got 13.
You can't play much better than this. That's 4 straight to start the half.
Ball, the pass to Miller. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots. Rebounded by the Hawks. Johnson's got 7 rebounds in the game.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half.
Good on that shot, and with that, the Hornet lead is cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Okongwu. Daniels against Miller. Ball up top. He has 35. Out to Miller. Miller with another miss.
That's just unlucky. You don't mind him taking that shot at all.
Johnson, the pass to Alexander Walker. Little under 2.5 minutes off the clock now here in the third.
The defensive rebounding is so important, and he fought for that one.
Pass the ball. There's Miller with the three. That falls. Nice feed that time from Ball. Ball's got 3 assists tonight. And Quinn Snyder wants a timeout. This now will give him a chance to discuss some potential changes. So, Tim, and I can see it in my mind's eye, you won that 3-point contest back in '96. What's the key to success in that event in particular?
Oh, yeah, what a great night. And I think, Kevin, there's a few things. First, I just think you've got to have a short, compact release, because then you're not going to rush at the end to make sure you get all 25 balls up. But I also think part of it, for me, I got to shoot first after the warm-up introductions because I was still loose. I didn't have to sit there for 20 or 30 minutes during commercial breaks. I think that helped me win the title that night.
A little strategy. Here is Daniels, still without a basket. Pass to Rizachet. Lets the three fly. Diabate grabs the board. Diabate's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Now Miller. Here's Knippel. Scoring-wise, he's definitely making his mark right now. He's averaging about 19 points a game. Although they're down big right now, Greg, still plenty of time left in this one.
At this point, they got to take it one possession at a time.
And Rizachet is having himself a game. Everything is coming together for the young fella.
So it's the Hornets now, following the bucket by the Hawks. Left side, Ball. There's the triple. And it's Rizachet with the rebound. Hawks have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. And here's Daniels. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. good on that shot, and with that, the Hornet lead is cut down now to just 7 on the basket from Alexander Walker. Now, here's Ball. He has 35. He was all alone on that one. Knipples got 2 now from beyond the arc in the third for the Hornets. Daniels passes to Alexander Walker. Okongwu with a screen on Ball. Pass to Okongwu. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Wow, he got whacked on that one. Shouldn't be much debate there.
And let's take a moment, guys, to get your take on the scoring so far for Charlotte.
The three-pointers and how well they're able to shoot them. You wonder if they can keep it up, and boy, have they.
I really like their effort in transition tonight, constantly pushing the pace and then turning that into points.
In GA, the Hawks going young, trying to build a sustainable model for success.
Yeah, most of their starters not yet scratching their prime, so there's going to be some growing pains, but they're showing plenty of promise.
So he gets them both. Hornets leading by 8. Pass to Diabate. Miller against Daniels. Shots good by Miller. Miller's got 12 points in the game.
And more than just a jump shooter, Miller's very good around the rim. A rare quality for a wing these days.
Let's go to the sideline and see what Allie LaForce has dug up for us. Allie, take it away.
Thanks a lot, Kevin. LaMelo Ball is a playmaker, first and foremost. He said, I just start off the game trying to get my team involved, get the flow going. After the team's going, I try to get mine. If you get the team involved first, more pieces going, it just makes the game easier. Back to you, Kevin.
A great passer. Hey, Allie, thank you very much for the report.
And the passing Ball displays night in and night out is impressive. He takes pride in his ability to facilitate.
Alexander Walker with the ball. He's covered by Ball. Alexander Walker passes to Johnson. Here's Rieseshay. No good from outside. Charlotte has gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. And it's Miller with the jam.
Oh, easy money for Miller. He just generates offense.
And so it's Daniels who brings up the ball for the Atlanta Hawks. Down by 12. Pass to Alexander Walker. Back to Daniels. Okongwu with the screen for Daniels. And the rebound goes to the Hornets. They led by as many as 18 points. Miller outside. Down low. Here's Diabate.
Oh boy, to be young again.
Makes you nostalgic, doesn't it? Outside Daniel. Here's Rieseshay. And the 3 off target. Hornets leading by 14. Pass to Diabate. Now here is Miller. Outside Ball. He trains it as the shot clock ticks down. Ball's got 37.
What a performance for him on the offensive end. He's been fantastic the entire game.
Okongwu with a screen on Ball. Here's the lob to the hoop. And here we go with Miller running up the court.
And you watch Miller, he keeps the defense on its heels. They don't know what he's going to do.
2 shots. 5. Elbow. 2.
And a rangy 6'7" wing GA with a smooth shooting touch. Brandon Miller fits a mold that a lot of teams are looking for.
And there's a reason he was the 2nd overall pick in 23.
Take a break.
He's got the potential to be an impact wing at both ends of the floor.
That free throw good for Miller. Tim, when you think of the players, which players come to mind as setting the bar for a high basketball IQ?
LeBron James certainly at the top of the list. Nikola Jokic, I would put Luka Doncic in that category as well. IQ means you have the ability to understand defenses and where your four teammates are at all times.
And for some it's natural, and for some they probably got to work at it, correct?
You got to work on it, but I think it's critical if you really want to separate yourself from the rest of the pack.
Here's Shea, 15 points in the game. It's good.
Yeah, everybody will remember the bucket, but how about that pass to set it up?
And a timeout called by Charles Lee. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Kobe White, he's checked in for the Hornets. Let's bring up the 2K leaderboard to look at some of the players that are contributing in areas you might not expect. The top rebounding shooting guards of the past month. Tyson Daniels on top.
And a two-guard who's as prolific a rebounder as he is a rare breed in the NBA. You usually don't expect it from an off guard, but he's a big contributor on the glass.
Well, when your two-guard can rebound the basketball like that, it really helps your team.
Now, here's Ball. 37 points for him. Count the basket. Ball's got 39.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
And that one's good. Daniels.
And as a scorer, Daniels can really work inside with that size.
It's White on the wing. Bridges outside. Up again. Great positioning on the putback. And the Hornets lead by 18.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them.
After Shea puts up a three. Hornets with the rebound. Bridges has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Outside Ball. We've got 1:55 left in the third quarter. And here's White. He's covered by Daniels. Just 4 to shoot. Here's Ball. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
And he has led the attack for them the entire game, and now he's trying to get them to the finish line.
The Hornets have gone 4 for 5 from the charity stripe in this one up to now.
And looking at the numbers this season, they're shooting a robust 82% from the line. That's about as good as it gets.
Here's what Atlanta's going with right now. Jalen Johnson's checked in for Zachary Shea. Buddy Hield comes in for Daniel. And McCollum subbed in for Nickeil Alexander-Walker. The Hawks trail by 21. Pass to Landale. McCollum outside. They kick out to Hield. Clock at 6. Johnson sets the screen for Hield. Off target from outside. Hornets leading by 21. White with it. Out guarded by Hield. White looking around. He's defended by Landale. And that's good for 2 as he grabs the feed.
And after really leaning on that three-point shot in the first half, seeming like they're just getting away from it here in the second. More of the shots coming from the interior.
Here's Landale. That fall. Nice feed that time from McCollum. McCollum's got 3 assists tonight. And so it's Charlotte with it. White with it. There's 42 seconds left in the third quarter. Rebounded by the Hawks. Now Kispert. It's McCollum on the wing. Here's Kispert. He gives the team some steady offense, a bit under 10 points a game. Shot clock at 5. McCollum, no good. Hornets leading by 21. Pass the ball. Fires away from outside. Rebound by the Hawks. Landale's got 6 rebounds in the game. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Hornets on top, running away with this one. We'll be back shortly live from State Farm Arena. And now a sneak peek into the huddle with Coach Quinn Snyder.
One of the biggest things is not to react to anything. Okay, get to the next play and get the defensive boards. All right, stops and defensive boards.
Well, as we just heard asking his guys to just keep it moving, Quinn Snyder doesn't want his guys to get caught up in their own head.
I mean, great point. There's no value in dwelling on each mistake. Learn what you can, then forget about it. Move on.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. And Charlotte looking at who they've got. Kobe White is out there with Conley. And it's Knipple. And it's Miller. And really deep through that time. And it's 9 points for Knipple.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
They have found a weakness in the defense, and it's on their ability to defend the three-point line.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
Miller outside, and it's the Hornets another 3.
Three-pointers are killing them at this point, and they haven't been able to respond at the other end.
A little over a minute of the 4th quarter gone right now. McCollum outside. To the inside. Here's Landale. Fades back. Miller grabs the miss.
Trying to do a little too much with that fadeaway. There wasn't anyone near him.
Here's Knipple. It's going by Hield. Now here's Kispert. Not a lot of room. McCollum outside. Atlanta again missing. Charlotte's gone 2 for 2 from three-point land to start the 4th quarter. Here's Miller, and it's Miller with the jam.
And with his diverse game and 6'9" frame, Brandon Miller can score in bunches. And on nights like tonight, it's really hard to get someone to match up with him.
Now here's McCollum. The shot from the low post is good.
That's a high percentage look when the D doesn't fight over the screen.
Yeah, and that's the effectiveness of the two-man game right there.
Here's Conley. Good on the bucket. Conley's got his first points in this one.
And he's been a terrific point guard in this league for a long time. Mike Conley just knows how to play.
Kispert setting the pick for McCollum. Landale pass to McCollum. You know, Tim, you hear some players now feeling they're being unfairly criticized. What are your thoughts on that?
Well, I do believe it can get personal at times, but listen, if you are in this league, I think it helps to have thick skin because you are going to be criticized from time to time.
But players do pay attention, don't they? They know what's being said and written.
They pay a lot more attention than they let on, Kevin, believe me. And if they're not listening, somebody in their inner circle is, I promise you that.
Knipple, no good. Hawks have gone 2 for 5 on field goal attempts in the 4th quarter. Johnson surveying the floor. Pass to Hield. Pulls up. Kicks it out to McCollum. Shot clock reset for the Hawks. And here is Hield. Johnson outside. Shot clock at 6. Drills it from outside.
He typically does most of his scoring in the mid-range or at the rim, but Johnson's showing you right there he does have that kind of range to rely on as well.
Now here's White. Pass to Miller. And it's good. That bucket takes him to 9 for 14.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Well, they're making something very difficult look simple right now.
Here's McCollum with the fadeaway. Kicks it out to Johnson. Three-pointer. The Hornets pull it in. Pass to Miller. And GA, you look at all these great European players. Some saying that youth development in the U.S. could emulate aspects of what they're doing overseas in their systems.
Well, it's already going in that direction. Youngsters able to, in essence, go pro from their early teens. But the academies they've set up over there, they are, no doubt, intriguing.
And so it's Charles Lee calling timeout. He's not taking any chances and wants to huddle them up right away. And Atlanta will go for a different look here. Okongwu's checked in for Jock Landale. Lisa Shea is coming in for Corey Kispert. Dyson Daniels checked in for Buddy Hield. And Nickeil Alexander-Walker in for McCollum. The Hornets also changing it up. Diabate's checked in. And it's Miles Bridges in for Knippel. And here is Bridges. Outside ball. To the paint. And stolen by Okongwu. Johnson outside. Here's Alexander Walker. He's covered by Ball. It's blocked. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here.
Charlotte substitution. Number 11. Riley Poffretter.
Six on the shot clock. Shot from the wing. Here's Okongwu, and it's blocked. Bridges dishes the ball. Outside, White. Tim, the NBA is always changing, but any predictions for the league that you kind of feel we're going to see around the corner?
Yeah, Kevin, I just think the influx and the impact of international players is going to be even stronger going forward. I think a lot of guys have seen the success that those players have had in the NBA, and hopefully it inspires even more great players internationally to want to play this great game.
And for a short time you played overseas, you saw a lot of them firsthand.
I sure did, and I was in France well before the French influx really hit this league, but I knew then that was the goal.
So often, LaMelo is the setup man. There, he's on the finishing end.
Daniels a screen on Ball. Here's Alexander Walker. He's covered by Ball. Here's Johnson. He's now made half of those 10 shots in the game. That's his fifth basket.
Well, that is a beautiful mid-range jumper there by Johnson, and not necessarily a strong point in his game, but that doesn't mean you have to ignore it completely defensively.
Now, here's Ball. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. To the middle. And it's Okongwu slamming it down.
And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. And another look at that last play with the AT&T Connected Cam. Here's Ball, following the bucket by the Hawks. From the top of the key, the rebound by Johnson. Johnson's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Here's Alexander Walker. He's covered by Ball. Pass to Shea. Oh, good on the triple.
Oh, he is off from deep. Maybe it's time to look for another option.
Daniels against Ball. And the bucket is good. Three-point play chance here for him.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And they are just breaking the will of their opponent.
And with the most recent collective bargaining agreement, Tim, teams have felt the pinch of those new luxury tax and apron penalties.
Yeah, and the goal of those being put in place was to have more top-tier talent equally spread out around the league. And as you've seen, there's been some tough decisions already. Some teams have had to trade away some of their stars just to make the math work.
And sometimes it's hard to make that math work. There's so many moving parts.
And as a result, it's more important to be able to structure out your supporting cast than ever before.
Daniels with it, light covering. Okongwu with the screen for Daniels. Johnson outside. Alexander Walker on the wing. From past the arc. He misses his third shot of the game. He has made 6 of his 9.
One made 3 for him for the game. Does he focus closer in? Let's see.
Atlanta shooting 32% in the fourth, perhaps looking a bit tired. Pass to Daniels. Here's Ricochet. The Hawks again can't hit.
Well, he wants to shoot his way out of this cold spell, but the struggles continue.
And he doesn't have to do it alone. He's got 4 teammates on the floor.
Now here's White. Outside, Ball. Here's Green. Good, nice job down low. The Hawks shooting 47% from the floor, getting it done. On the wing, Daniels. White covering. Back to Alexander Walker. Pass to Johnson. Over Williams. Johnson can't hit. Charlotte's gone beyond the arc 7 times here in the fourth and been successful 3 times. White against Daniels. There's a screen by Williams. Now here's Ball. He's guarded closely. Cans it from downtown. Green's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game.
So many of the plays they're running designed to create opportunities from deep.
And all of that success from the three-point line will open up driving lanes. Let's see if they can take advantage of that as well.
Alexander Walker. And nothing is falling for him right now. Williams kicks to White. Outside, Ball. We all hear about AI in the workplace, and I don't mean Allen Iverson, although we could put him in the workplace. But Greg, now teams are using computers to break down the action.
Yeah, able to use camera tracking to assess credit and blame, right? So maybe the little things in winning plays that went unnoticed, they won't be overlooked much anymore.
Here's Alexander Walker. Following the basket by LaMelo Ball. Daniels, no good.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Hornets.
This was a very efficient offense tonight.
And they found a way to get their shots to go down. A little luck didn't hurt. A lot of their 50-50 shots fell their way.
And guys, at this point in the long NBA season, this will go down as win number 25. And we watched one guy all night long, guys, and looking at the stats just confirms what a dominant game he had. What a night tonight it was for LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, no doubt. He was the most impactful player for their offense tonight.
And a shift in the front office for the Atlanta Hawks this past summer. Tim, what do you think might have led to that pivot?
Well, Atlanta has missed the playoffs for 2 straight seasons, but their young pool of talent is demonstrating they've gotten some of these right.
And this is what dominating the glass looks like. He just cannot be contained.
He just wants the ball more than anybody else on the floor, and it's ending up in his hands as a result.
Now, here's Ball. Out to White. Over Daniels. And it's White missing. Shea with it. So no problem for Charlotte as they get the win. A resounding victory for them. And Greg in enemy territory, no less.
That's exactly right. But with the way they controlled the game and just completely took the crowd out of it, that's how to get it done on the road.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Along with Tim Legler, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, this is Kevin Harlan saying thank you once again for being with us here tonight on 2K Sports. And as we leave you, let's take a look at our player of the game, LaMelo Ball.